That's a beautiful shot. That's class and timing. Short. Absolute beauty. Over pitch.
If batting is an art form, then this man is one of the greatest artists of his generation.
That's a nice shot.
With a flick of his wrists, he can send the ball any which way and he'll make it look good. He's an aesthete's delight, an old world charmer in a brash new generation. Yet he's a match winner, a nemesis for the Australians, a hungry run getter. A right-handed batsman with elegance usually reserved for the left-handed. A man whose bat speaks of the history of the game. VVS Lakshman on the golden generation.
In the air, that's out. He's put behind.
13th March 2001. It began as a disaster. As Lakshman ambled to the wicket under a glaring Kolkata sun, India were ready for the worst.
And he's gone.
They had lost the first test in Australia's tour to India and were following on in the second at Eden Gardens. Steve Waugh's men, grim and determined, racing towards a record of test victories.
The leg stump has gone for a walk.
Eden Gardens, noisy, hot, roaring. In the middle, an impassive, calm Lakshman.
Short.
He was about to turn the match and the series on its head.
That's hammered away off the back foot.
Helped and supported by Rahul Dravid, Lakshman built an innings of such sheer power and beauty that the Australians, never afraid of anything, learned to fear Team India.
That's nicely played by Lakshman.
Under intense pressure and the driven, relentless opposition, Lakshman constructed an artistic miracle. A step backwards, a short backswing, and the ball would race to the boundaries. A despairing Aussie fielder in chase. For 2 whole days, Kolkata witnessed this magic, often called the greatest batting display of the modern era.
And there's the double 100 for VVS Lakshman.
At the end of those 2 days, the Aussies had their own name for VVS Lakshman.
He is VVS, yeah, very, very special Lakshman.
He just goes and bats. Whether it's a good ball, can go for a 4. He's something, a mixture of Rahul Dravid and Sehwag together.
Hyderabad, an aristocratic city known for its rich royal past and its modern IT boom. A city of Nizams and the famous Hyderabadi biryani. It's also home for some of the most artistic. He was a shy, quiet boy, but with the bat in his hand, Lakshman was a natural, and his talent was apparent to anyone who saw him.
I still remember one of the coaches there asked him to grip the bat, take a stance, and he saw the stance and said, he has got a wrong grip. I said, okay, fine, but let him play. And, okay, he can come, and you come and take him after another 1 hour, you can come back and take him. So I went back. When I went back, his first reaction was, he's very talented.
As a kid also, Lakshman was never a flamboyant personality or a flamboyant player. He was always consistent. He was always there when you needed him.
Lakshman's flair with the bat was impressive enough for him to be picked for the Indian under-19 team to play against Australia. It was love at first sight for the young Hyderabadi. He averaged over 110 in 3 tests. It's an affair that's still going strong.
The under-19 series against Australia youth team in 1994, where we were playing against a strong Australia youth team in where Brett Lee, Gillespie, Andrew Simons, Matthew Nicholson. There were a lot of talented cricketers. Mike Hussey were there, and I was the highest run getter for India under-19 in that tournament. So I think that actually got me in reckoning and got me the recognition in Indian cricket.
There were no surprises in India's tour of Australia in early 2000. The best team in the world was slicing through Team India in ruthless fashion. A terribly lopsided contest. But it's here that Lakshman finally cemented his place in the squad. Lakshman had a poor run, like the rest of the team. But in the final test in Sydney, he suddenly erupted with an innings of fantastic domination. In a match that India lost by an innings and in which no other Indian batsman ever reached a half-century. Lakshman hit a majestic 167 on just 198 balls.
Getting 100, I mean my first test 100, because it took me 4 years to get my first test 100. That's number one, why that knock was special. Second was against quality bowling attack. There were a lot of reasons for me to be happy with that knock, and that knock was really the turning point as far as the self-belief is concerned.
It had taken Lakshman 17 tests to score his maiden century, but it was enough to prove his abilities both to himself and his team. The Hyderabad boy had finally emerged from his cocoon, and it was time to show just what he was capable of. When Australia came calling in 2001, it was the perfect opportunity. But will the Aussies slaughter Team India yet again? The first test was conceded. What delivery! Oh, he's got it! And Lakshman wasn't a certainty for the second.
That is absolute. He's done.
Destiny's changed him so little that he got the go-ahead and he could play. And at every innings break when Lakshman came in, he had to be. He had a problem with his back, so his back was sort of tilting over to one side. His back was compensating for pain on one side by sort of tilting over on the other. And every time he came back from an innings break, he had to be given a massage and almost straightened up.
Taken that second slip. Ricky Ponting gets another.
In the second test in Kolkata, India were following on. Lakshman had scored a 51 in the first innings, coming in at number 6, and he was promoted to the coveted number 3 position in the second innings. The rest is history.
Oh, it's 4 as well. Boy, they are turning it on. Oh, there's a double 100 for VVS Lakshman. He's got it through. That's a fantastic century.
Everyone expected us to lose, and me and Rahul, we had that partnership on the 4th day, and suddenly things changed for the country, and from that moment onwards, I think after that match, everyone had the belief that, irrespective of what situation we are in, we can come out of that, and turn the things around. And I think that test match showed us and gave that confidence.
India won in dramatic style.
That position, India went on to win when Australia enforced the follow-on. I think you don't find too many teams enforcing the follow-on nowadays, unless and until you're playing against Zimbabwe or Bangladesh.
Oh, this will frustrate McGrath. He's creating the half-time.
That was one of the most significant innings played by an Indian in terms of also the impact it has had. The series has had a huge impact on the way Indian team was looked at. And after that, India started showing that they could win not only just in India, but outside India as well.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
It was the beginning of an absolutely golden period for Lakshman. Kolkata witnessed another stunning innings from him, this time against the West Indies in 2002, to give India a clean sweep in the series. But his best was always reserved for Australia. His love for tormenting the champions was a nightmare for Steve Waugh. In India's tour of Australia 2003, a back-to-the-wall 303-run stand with his favourite partner Rahul Dravid to set up a famous win in Adelaide. A dazzling 178 in Sydney to seal the series. Steve Waugh, playing his farewell test, could only look on helplessly. Lakshman's contributions with the bat too is only one side of the story. His value for Team India goes much deeper. It lies in the untold stories of camaraderie, the way he de-stressed the team in the dressing room with a smile, and the lightness with which he shouldered his responsibilities.
That's beautifully placed.
कभी उन्हें दुखी रोते हुए नाराज नहीं देखा, हमेशा हंसते रहते। कोई उन्हें कुछ भी बोले वो फिर भी हंसते रहते, कोई कुछ भी मजाक करे वो हंसते रहते हैं। किसी को आज तक वापस कमेंट करते हुए मैंने नहीं सुना वीवीएस लक्ष्मण को, और इसलिए उनका नाम हम लोगों ने साईं बाबा रखा कि वो बिल्कुल ही शांत स्वभाव के हैं और सिर्फ हंसते रहते हैं।
a touch of beauty to almost everything that Vivian Lakshman does.